Hey there, Jordan Sheridan, Status Coup, joined by Jenn Dize, the co-founder of Status Coup, and is now launching her own brave, intrepid news outlet. Jenn, what is the name of the news outlet you are currently working to launch?
I'm so excited. It's called Courage News. And well, Jordan, you know, from when we started Status Coup, it took forever to find a name. And I've always said, like, you're the best at naming things. You're always the naming things guy. Even then, like, it took us forever to land on Status Coup. And so in the search for this new name, I was like shocked to come across couragenews.com. The site's not set up yet, guys, but that it was available. I had to pay a premium price for it, but it was like, yes, this is what I want, Courage News.
And did this have anything to do with your obsession with Bobby Kennedy?
Bobby. Yeah, it did. It had to do, well, Profiles in Courage, JFK, it absolutely did. You're good call, Jordan. You know, you know my Kennedy obsession.
So the obvious question is, as you and I used to talk about with Status Coup, there's way too much content out there. We have big tech platforms suppressing all of us. It is hard to get attention unless you are basically doing conflict, reactionary bullshit, and nonsense. So it's pretty daunting to try and, I mean, it was daunting when we did it with Status Coup in 2018, but it's pretty daunting in the year 2022 without massive funding to launch your own thing. Why did you want to do this? And what are you planning to do that's different that is already out there?
So, well, one thing that you and I have talked about a lot is the state of media, and not just mainstream media, but also independent media. And because it is so hard out there, even a lot of like so-called progressive leftist independent media folks are turning to clickbait, not even journalism, but yeah, let's call it clickbait journalism, where it's like, oh, this person said this about this person, and this drama is going on in this space, and like the bread tube drama is like, it's like a disgusting circle of nothing. Like, what are we accomplishing? And so I think we need more outlets that are focused on the people, that are focused on these underreported stories. And you and I have a very similar like vision of what news should be and what stories should be focused on. And so that's what I think. We need more of this, more journalism that is for the people. So like the tagline that I'm using has to do with the focusing on the 99% of people out there, exposing corruption.
Absolutely. And I want to show everyone, if you needed a quick refresher of everything Jenn has done at Status Coup, let's take a look.
Hey guys, Jenn here.
So I'm saying, what do you say to those who...
I could have finished my end. So.
I'm actually really nice.
Rare. And thank you. Thank you for your work, Jenn. Thank you so much.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Alan, and how we should have free health care and...
Wow. It's the lethal weapon. It's the lethal weapon right here.
I love New York. If Biden and Camilla, if y'all think y'all gonna get in office and do lip service for 4 years, hell no.
Sorry for speaking out about health and safety concerns regarding to COVID-19.
It's been 115 days since Breonna Taylor was murdered.
I'm out here marching for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, David McAtee, Mike Newby, anybody that's been affected by police injustice. I'm out here taking a stance. You stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Working 2 and 3 part-time, low-wage jobs.
You getting locked up for being homeless? That's not right.
Despair.
Really, how do you want to spend the remainder of whatever time we have left? How do you want to spend that time? And I want to spend it working for justice.
And I'm proud of your boy.
That wanted to beat up some commies.
So you guys are the first ones to say it, but I'd like to say mission accomplished.
put that down the memory hole.
No, talking to this guy here. Okay.
Like looking around all night trying to find you. I waited for it to clear out and I see you and I just wanted to meet you really. And
That's awesome.
So that, honestly, that is everything you did over several years here on a shoestring budget. We had no corporate funding. We basically did it through GoFundMe and small dollar membership. And honestly, as we always talked about, it takes a lot of sacrifice. I mean, to do that kind of work, it's a lot of weekends. It's not 9 to 5. It's juggling 4 or 5 hats, playing reporter, researcher, producer, guest booker. You did a lot of the logistics. It is daunting, but I think you would also say doing that kind of work where you're out there with people, not just reacting to other people's commentary, it is also liberating and in short supply.
Absolutely. And, you know, there's nothing else that I would want to do. You know, even watching my own clips back, it's like, yes, this is what I want to do. This is my purpose in life. And I've had kind of a renewed perspective, I guess, since I caught, many of you may know that I caught COVID back in November of 2020. Was it 2020? Yep. At the Rudy Giuliani face melting press conference. And I ended up with long haul COVID, which has really knocked me down flat. I still suffer. And there was a point, and you remember this, Jordan, like I would sob, like, I don't think I'll ever be able to return to journalism. Like, this has ruined my life. So the fact that I'm so grateful that I'm not, you know, more affected. I am able now to report again. And so it's given me a renewed perspective. Like, yes, I have this mission to do good journalistic work, and it could have been taken from me, but there's a reason that it wasn't, that it hasn't. There's a reason that I'm driven to do this. And yeah, I'm so passionate about doing actual journalism, about talking about stories and breaking stories that matter.
And I also think it's important not just to have Status Coup, what you're launching, Courage News, but frankly, there's a whole lot of people that sit in a studio telling you the world and telling you, you know, this is the way politics works, and telling you this is the way corruption works. And not that they're dumb people, but they're not on the ground with actual people. Right. So they don't see the corruption up close. They don't see the injustice up close. Maybe they have a perspective, and some of them I like, and I like their perspective, but they are just as disconnected in some cases as corporate media figures, even in our own independent media sandbox. So that's why it's so important. And when I'm not on the ground, I mean, I haven't gone on the ground in recent weeks because of the COVID spike, and I didn't want to get it twice. You get disconnected. So that's why I believe it is extremely important that you're starting this, for people to support it, because we're in short supply of actually seeing, hearing, and feeling from actual everyday people on the ground.
100%. There's something that's so different about being out there, talking to people from different walks of life who've gone through different things. It's something you can't just sit in a studio and expect to have, you know, true perspective. And so that's something, you know, we share a passion for this. Like, you and I have traveled all over the country, seen so many things. I think about the people all the time, you know, the people in Flint. One of our friends from Flint just passed away, Tony, which is horrifying. And you think of the people in Kensington and Philadelphia, where we reported on houselessness and, you know, the drug crisis there. The people in West Virginia and Kentucky who are being evicted, or, you know, corporate overlords are taking over and kicking people out of their homes. And the wildfires, and there's so much out there that you just can't get or understand in a studio. I also want to point out that it's really distressing to me that so many in independent media are, let's just say it, they are selling out. Peter Thiel money is all over the place in indie media right now. And I feel a commitment to kind of rail against that because it's becoming a huge problem. I'm sure you folks watching this have seen some of your faves change their tune. And you got to look at why that is. And that's something I will never do. And I know that's the same for you, Jordan. Like, you'll never fall into that trap that some of these folks are.
Oh, it definitely hurts when I dare criticize Joe Rogan. We lose subscribers, things like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think myself and you definitely agree. We'd rather actually sell out and go like work in corporate America or something than like just play for clicks, which is actually not a good business model. It's a lot better to play for clicks.
Well, some of the problem is like, it's not even just, it is playing for clicks, but also it's leading people down a really dark, horrible path. Like taking people who are leftists and who like followed some of these folks because of like, Bernie policies and wanting good progressive change, but they're leading these people down a Peter Thiel laden golden path. And he's not the only one. That's just the one that I'm like furious about right now.
Yeah. No, the road to nowhere. It's a road to purity, but it's a road to really no actual effectiveness. You're going to have to pay the bills. It is very hard to start a new outlet. It will not succeed if it's just you. You're going to need help. You have a GoFundMe going on right now. Let's put it up here so people could see. I've raised over $1,000 of your $25,000 goal, which is pretty impressive since you haven't been on many shows or anything like that. But I
honestly haven't really promoted it that much yet. I've been kind of, and actually this was, I was actually speaking to Abby Martin like right before launching this. We met for dinner, and she convinced me. She's like, slow down a bit, like. Take some time, because as you know, like we never take time off, like never take time to breathe. So it was like this space where it's like, okay, take time to breathe. I found the name, and I was like, let's go. And she was like, just relax a bit. It'll be there. So I actually haven't promoted it that much. So to already have this amount of support is great. I am now ready to go like full throttle. Is that the word you use? Whatever. I'm ready. I'm going all in now. I'm going to start reporting. I have had people pitch me stories, so it's not just going to be me. I have a few women who will be reporting, and I want to have really diverse voices as well. So I'm so excited. I'm going all in on this. I really think it's going to be good. And you guys know me at Status Coup. I'm not going down any dark path. I only will report the truth. I will only report what matters. So your support means the whole world. And it's really, really needed. At this point, I've funded everything to do with Courage News by myself. And it's too hard. I can't do that anymore. So I do. I have a need to pay the bills, and I've got two growing boys and a real passion for this. So I'm nervous. It's hard, as you know, Jordan, to launch your own thing, and it comes with a lot of stresses and a lot of wondering, like, how is this going to work? But I believe in it, and I know that it will, and I know that it's needed. So any amount helps. You guys spreading the link around, following the social medias. There will be a Substack, and eventually I'll, get up a membership model and all that stuff. But I'm at this point needing funds to get launched truly.
Absolutely. And I will directly, let me zoom in so people can see it here, directly ask people anything you could do. You got $30, $50, $25, $64, just the last couple donations that came in. But even 5, 10, I mean, anything you could do, every donation matters. When we were doing it for Status Coup, it really builds up. The goal is 25,000. Right now they've raised, Jen's raised over 1,000. So, hey, if every single person watching right now could pitch in $5, $10 for those that have deeper pockets, it really, really makes a difference. Because I got news for you. When it was Jen and I starting Status Coup, we would not have been able to go to Flint. We would not have been able to go cover, the fight against the Mountain Valley Pipeline, repeated trips to Flint, Seattle. I mean, we went to Vancouver. We would not have been able to do it without the support of people. So definitely type it in. I'll put it in the description too, the GoFundMe link. But any amount really makes a difference because it requires paying freelancers, equipment, data plans. I mean, you name it. People don't even know the half of it. That's why most people sit in the studio. That's why most people sit in the studio and pontificate, because it is a lot more expensive to do it this way. Is there? I know it's kind of still under construction, but we will put the GoFundMe definitely in the link in the description. Is there a website yet? Is there an email list? Because there's other ways people could support.
Yes. So 1 second. Let me go to my Twitter. So on Twitter, you can follow at courage_news. And on Insta, it's at Courage News Network. Facebook, it's Courage News Network. Now, I do have a website, but it's not launched yet. Like I have the domain name. It's just a kind of a resting page right now, but that'll be up soon, guys. But if you go to tinyurl.com/Jen's List, and you can find that on my Twitter too, at Jen Elizabeth J. You can sign up for notifications. You can be the first to hear about the true launch and the stories that I'll be working on and that others are working on. And yeah, so again, go to Twitter at courage_news, and also tinyurl. tinyurl.com/Jen's List. And you can get on for notifications.
And we'll put those in the description too. So if people are kind of getting lost, they'll be in the description.
I know it's a lot of assignments, but the main thing, please help out with the GoFundMe if it's financially feasible for you.
Yes. And seriously, there it is. Let me zoom out. So it has the video that we played, and you could donate any amount. It really makes a big difference. Listen, frankly, there's a lot of people with passion, but no pun intended, courage to actually step out of, clickbaity commentary and actually get out there. There's actually not a lot of people with the actual work ethic and will to go out, cover protests, go travel, cover things, talk to people, deal with sources calling you at all times of the day and weekend. You've dealt with it. I've dealt with it. It's a labor of love. So support Jen if you can. And, if it grows, it won't just be Jen. Like she mentioned, other women journalists, hopefully people that, are just, have some talent, but haven't had opportunities elsewhere. So support Jen if you can, because I could tell you from experience, it ain't easy. It takes a village. Definitely support her. Anything else you want to let everyone know?
No, just I love you all out there in the audience, and I'm so excited about this. And I hope you'll come with me on this journey of launching Courage News. So you guys love Status Coup. I love Status Coup. And we need more of that. And so that's, Courage News will be, another leg in good, honest, independent journalism.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. I will definitely be monitoring, see how this goes.
Yay. Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Status Coup's daily live stream Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time and Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.